Oh, hello there. Didn't see you in this episode. You kicked it off.
Yeah, we had like our What Has Us Fucked Up segment. We talk about a product that I'm loving and how it makes me very old. And then a new development that happens in my life that I was really excited about. And then you have yours.
Yeah, which is also a new development, but more goal-oriented. We also hit on, if you've ever heard of human design, we kind of touched the surface of that last episode. And we both did our own human design and kind of compared notes. So we'll have a link down in the description. And if you are listening to this podcast, then go ahead and hop on over to YouTube. That's the best way to support us. And you can find that link down below. And we also just, as always, talk about everything under the sun.
You'll see how it flows once you watch. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple minutes.
Yeah. See you then.
Seconds?
Yeah.
See you in 2 seconds.
In 3, 2, 1. Bye.
Bye.
Hi. My nose is so nasally.
Roscoe.
Just be quiet.
You said fuck out of here then.
All right. Well, welcome back to Feelings and F-Bombs. I'm Madeline.
I'm Alexis.
And today, we don't know. We're just going to see what happens today, honestly, which is the flow that we've been getting into. We just kind of throw some shit in the air and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
And it's been working for us.
Yeah, I had a couple people that were like, how do you guys like, plan your podcast? Like, do you have a script? Do you have like all these things? And I was like, we have like a shared note app. And then day of, we're like, you want to talk about that? Okay, let's get into it.
I think someone asked me something very similar. And I also said, I was like, we just have this. I showed them, I pulled them up. I said, this is exactly how we do it. This one shared note. And then we talk for like an hour before we record. And then we're good to go. But I would actually say we're a lot more less organized on like the front end. And we've gotten more organized on the back end.
Yes.
So if you're trying to start a podcast, just know, like, front end stuff, what I mean by front end is like the product, like what people see. That part's a lot less organized. But what we do after the pod, as far as like editing, content, show notes, all of those things, like we've become much more organized. And that's really like the heart of creating a podcast. It's not just the talent.
Yeah, which we are talented and hilarious. But it's actually also having to be organized. Like you now have a spreadsheet that talks about what we wore, what we talked about, like how long it went, probably like
how long it went, references that we've made, date that we recorded, date that it will be released. Yeah, we're organized bitches.
Yeah, and that's like really, it is the hard part because it's like getting on here and talking, which I feel like when we started the podcast, it's like what I thought was like the mean potatoes. Like, let's talk about things.
Right.
Like, this is the most important part. 90% of it really is the editing, like you said. Even doing the things like writing the caption and the timestamps for the podcast. I recently learned you can add chapters in a podcast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So there's something called SEO. We're going to get marketing technical here. SEO is basically, if you imagine a spider crawling on Google. So it's going to crawl all over your content online and pick out like key phrases and words that it thinks matches the user search. So if I search relationship podcast or whatever, and then we have chapters that's titled really similar things, then that little like crawler is going to like pick that out and then deliver that to whoever's searching to basically be like, we think this matches your search. So I learned you can do like podcast chapters and it like bookmarks basically multiple points. And so it's easier to like find. And we did get in like a small, but a little uptick in our views. I was like, okay.
I did notice that on our last episode. Oh, I got to shout somebody out. I feel like, and I don't know about you, but I have felt a bit more confident to start telling people that we have a podcast. And so if you're new around here, I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist associate, and I just recently started at a new private practice on the side of like my career job.
Career job?
Yeah, career job. That's the title of it. We have an amazing admin. Her name is Tiffany. So Tiff, if you're watching, shout out Tiff.
Shout out Tiff.
She's so warm, so loving, and honestly, like, because of her, I felt comfortable to tell her about my podcast, but then she just like empowered me even more. So now I really feel good. So again, thank you, Tiff.
Was she just like showing up like, that is so great? Was she?
Dude, everybody needs a Tiffany in their life.
Okay.
Everybody needs a person like Tiff in their life, because that is exactly her. She just tells you like how great you are, and like the things that maybe you feel inside, like she sees those things, but then she actually like says those things out loud too to you, which is so freaking sweet and nice. So it actually came up because she was introducing me to one of the other therapists, because, you know, like I'm the new kid on the block. And so she's trying to like help me, you know, make my way in the pond. And this other person also has a podcast. And so I'm also going to shout their podcast out. So her name is Hayden, and her podcast is Evergreen RX. It's a mental health podcast. So she is also a therapist, and she is speaking with the knowledge of a therapist, but just know, like, just like this, it's not considered therapy. It can be therapeutic, but it's not therapy. But that's her flavor of her podcast. So if you're wanting something a bit more grounded, then head over to her channel. So that was Evergreen RX. But
I wonder, like, can we put it up here somewhere?
Yeah. Evergreen RX right up here.
It's funny because we're doing it to nothing. But like in my head, I see it like show up.
Imagination. So thanks, Tiff, for introducing me to Hayden. And it was so great to hear that there's other people out there in my world doing podcast as well. Yeah, it really gave me the confidence to start sharing more with people.
And I do feel like as we get more organized, as we show up and do it and like have our, you know, trials and errors, like I am more confident too to show people, because it's not perfect, but we're doing it. And that's like, some people never get past that. Like they think of it, they plan, they like have these ideas, but then they just live in that idea. And there's some people that can get past that, and then because they've done so much planning, I feel like their podcast is just immediately like professional.
Yeah.
And then there's people like us, whose first several podcasts are kind of wild, and we're just like, things are off and it's okay, and we're just gonna keep going. But like either way, like however people start, it's like starting is the hard part, I feel like.
Literally the hardest part.
Yeah.
In our last episode, we were talking about some of our New Year's goals, and I had talked about how one of mine for the longest time, like starting a podcast, was on my New Year's goals forever. I think it probably sat there for about 2 years, and that feels like forever to me.
That's a long time.
But yeah, it was a long time. And then I'm so glad we just had that drunken night. It was magical.
Yeah. So good things happen on drunken nights.
Good things do happen on drunken nights. And now here we are. But yeah, there's no blueprint is what I found out. You can find all the things online, all the resources that are helpful, but I would imagine like no one startup is the same.
Yeah.
What has you fucked up?
I have two things. The first one is quick.
Okay.
My boyfriend bought this it's like a pet vacuum for your pets, obviously. And so it like can trim, it can like do their nails. It literally can do anything.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because the freaking
it's having a symphony over there.
So long. Okay.
But yeah, so it does everything. It can brush your dog. It can trim them. Like it literally like cuts, but it also does
vacuum? I know what you're talking about.
So my little mini Aussie has to get his hair cut, and I never paid to do it because I am cheap. Like I'll just do it and he'll just look a little jacked up.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. So I'm just like, whatever. But in the past, like, I would give him this cut, and then there would be a miniature Aussie sized hairball.
God.
But with this thing, I literally, like, as you're trimming it, it's sucking it up. So there's no hair.
Wow.
It's amazing. But then I had this like other realization that I am so fucking adult. It's disgusting. That I was like, literally, I have told so many people about this. I have like given a demonstration to my boyfriend's parents. I'm literally like, people come over, I'm like, let me show you this thing. I'm sorry. Who am I? Am I almost 30? Yes, clearly. Yeah. We can link this in the thing too.
Yeah, we will link this in the description below.
We'll link it because it is really, really cool. But it did make me feel so old, like that I was so excited about this.
It's very adult.
But the second thing is a positive. As of December 3rd, so for us today, it's December 5th, I am the only owner of my house. Yeah. Yay! So I finally got to sign. I had to, pay all my fees, whatever, but I went to a Starbucks, had to do this with my ex, by the way. So he walked in.
And if you're watching, I meant that with my whole chest.
Black. And that was super weird, right? Because I haven't seen him since like April, May, I guess, probably.
Oh my gosh, it's been that long.
So he walks in. I'm already like doing the notary stuff. We didn't really talk. It was weird. It was like familiar stranger, you know, just like he's sitting there. I'm like, it's so weird because I know details about this person. And yet I'm like, who are you? Like, it's so weird. So we signed at the end. Just like side hugged, went our separate ways. Like, weird.
Wow. But strangers in the night.
Yeah, it was so weird. He was like, you look good, and I was like, I like your glasses.
Man, you look so fucking hot. Those are really cool glasses.
Yes, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know. It was interesting because like when you haven't seen someone that you were in like such a deep relationship with, there was that kind of thought of like, if I see this person, how am I gonna feel? You know, am I gonna feel like, fuck yeah, fuck him? Or am I going to feel a little sad? Or am I going to feel a little whatever?
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know. And so to see him and feel like almost nothing was a relief. It was like a friend that you were like, I had good memories with you, but also it didn't end very well. So like, I don't want to be your friend, but like, thanks. Thank you for your...
This is so good.
That's how I felt, literally.
Are you about to say thank you for your service?
And then I was like, what?
You didn't mean no services.
Thank you for fucking traumatizing me.
Yeah.
It kind of was like that. But whenever I was in the moment, I was just kind of like, it was nice knowing you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of it. And even though it wasn't always nice, it was like, you taught me lessons I needed to learn, and I can be appreciative for that. And then after that, I go home, grab a drink, and go over to my best friend's house. She has like to leave, so she just like really quick like takes this drink with me. Then I go over to my mom's house, tell her the good news. We take like a drink, and it like is all like one drink. Like I'm drinking one drink this whole time. It makes it sound like I'm like putting back the shots.
Literally a sip,
literally. Yeah, because it's the middle of the day, but it was just like for the celebration. And then I went over to where my boyfriend was working, and then we had like an entire drink, and I was just like, this is so like, what a monumental event, you know, to be finally, I have my own house. Like I have, everything is genuinely separated. So yeah, that's what has me fucked up.
Wow.
I know.
That's a good one. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thanking you. Are you congratulating me?
Yes, congratulating
Thank you. Okay, so that was what had me fucked up. What has you fucked up?
What has me fucked up? So, like I mentioned, I just started at a new private practice, and this isn't the first private practice that I've been at. I was at another private practice almost like exactly a year ago. I was there for about 6 months, but it just wasn't good timing. I was doing private practice, but then also still at my full-time job. And that's my reality right now. But at this new place, I'm getting clients like so quick. And I don't know, like I really love it. I think because I'm just a bit more seasoned as a clinician, I want to get clients and it doesn't freak me out too much. And so I'm already like almost at my goal caseload that I want. My goal to have that like number of clients on my caseload was literally for like April, May time.
Wow.
And so I'm already almost there, which is great because the economy is trashed right now. So yeah, my husband and I, like, we rent this home, and obviously the dream is to own a home one day. So
at least y'all are married. As we said, don't buy a house with your boyfriend.
Right. Go back and watch that episode. Don't buy a house with your boyfriend or girlfriend or anyways.
Yeah. Non-married domestic partner. I don't know.
Yeah. Domestic partner with not great patterns, because maybe marriage isn't your thing.
Okay, we'll be inclusive, yes. Okay, if you don't want to get married, like, do what you want with your life, but also just learn from me if you're like, is this partner a good partner? Genuinely.
Right. If you're questioning that, don't buy a house with them.
Yeah.
Just wait. Just wait. So yes, we are saving up to buy a house. And I mean, like, we've been saving for, I don't even know how long. And we both contribute to this savings, but now I'm just like really excited because my plan, besides right now, because it's Christmas time, after Christmas, my plan is to essentially just pretend that I'm not getting this money and to put it into our account that we put money in for our house. And hopefully that should do it, because right now, like, the job that I have, obviously, like, it pays our bills. We live off of that. It's not like we need extra money, but yeah, we want to be able to buy a house whenever this lease ends, which we have it for basically like another year and a half. So hopefully by that time, then we have the number in there that we want. And so that's what has me fucked up. Is it's going a lot better than I thought it would be. And not to say like I was being pessimistic, but the goal that I set, I really wanted to make sure that it was realistic. So that's why I was like, I want to have this number of clients on my caseload by this month. And I'm glad that I undershot, because now it makes me feel great about myself, and it's a good boost.
Yeah, that's really good. I think sometimes things that are like meant to be, like not everything is going to be easy, but I feel like sometimes when something is like meant to be, it's in your alignment, it's supposed to happen this way, it falls into place like it's supposed to. So maybe that's what's happening.
It really does feel like that. And this is where, I don't know if this is just, sure, this could be ADHD, but this could also just be like, I really, really like instant gratification. Is that ADHD or is that just me? It could just be me. I will say like the pieces are definitely falling into place, which is really, really exciting. But the selfish part of me is like, but I want it now. Yeah. You know, like that's kind of how I feel, not necessarily with my pregnancy, but like, oh, I'm having a boy.
Yay! Oh
yeah, that's right.
That. Yeah,
we'll get into that a little bit more.
I should have acted like I didn't know. Been like, whoa, surprise!
So we're having a boy, and we have nothing in his room set up, and so like that's also a thing where I'm like, I just want it done now, and like I can wait for baby to be here. I can wait another 4 to 5 months for baby to be here, but like I don't know, the room's cute, and like the idea that I have is cute. So just, anyways, that's an example of whenever things are happening, things are falling into place, and like selfishly I'm like, okay, I need all the things to fall into place right now. I'm grateful.
People who are like so evolved would be like, you have to enjoy the journey. Like life is about the journey, not getting to the destination. As Miley Cyrus says,
the destination is amazing.
Miley Cyrus says it's the climb, you know.
It's a climb.
But I mean, I also like feel it's like when you just want it to be there, like the thing that you want to be at that destination. But I mean, this actually, we have topics to get to.
We do,
but it's like a part of this like emotional growth journey that I'm on. So I'm like, shall we talk about it? But we'll just touch on it and see where it goes.
Okay.
But I feel like, okay, I'm gonna back up really fast. So I do this thing called teledipity, which I've told you about.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we talked about it on the podcast.
I don't think we have.
Okay, so teledipity is basically a horoscope, but for numerology. So Pythagoras, whatever.
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah, him. But I think the guy who made that is called like Pythagoras.
Oh, sure.
I think, and I could be literally lying. So we'll see.
I really hope that it's wrong, because that is such a great name to just be like, Pythagoras?
Yeah. Well, anyways, what I think is happening is that guy made a numerology-based prediction system. So it's of anything, but people use it for like their own lives. But you could do it for anything technically. So I do that. And last year it kept telling me, it's like weirdly accurate. Like we kind of talked about, I don't really like feel like horoscopes have been very accurate. This thing has been weirdly accurate. And it kept telling me like, look around, because basically like this is your last year to experience this exact thing.
This is your last year of life.
Right? Yeah. You're gonna die. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. We have long, happy lives ahead of us. But it was basically like everything that you have right now isn't going to be the same. So like really soak it in. And at the time I was really focusing on career. So I was like, ooh, maybe, you know, next year I'm going to get that promotion. So I'm going to be able to buy a bigger house, because my house is, I love that I can buy it, but it's very small. And, you know, I thought all of these things, and then it really, I think, turned out that me and my ex split up. So like my life completely changed. And it was like, really, the things that you do enjoy, like soak those in, because like, you're never going to get that again. And obviously it's all for the good, for the like alignment of like where my life should be. But I really did kind of have a moment in my like healing journey of like, holy shit, it is about the climb. Like it really is, because there were so many things that were not perfect, right? There were so many things that were like draining me. Like I can't tell you how many people have said like, you're glowing, like you look so much happier. And yet it was still important to enjoy that phase, because once the door is closed, it's closed. And so I feel like
Miley was onto something.
Also, not to completely shit on everything you said, because you were like, I just want to be there. And I'm like, you don't need to be there. Enjoy it. But like, that's been like in my head a lot. Is like how to enjoy the journey when you do want to be there. Whenever like the destination feels so much brighter, but like also there's going to be hard things that you want to get out of at that point. And that's where I'm like struggling, because it's like, to enjoy the hard things now, even when it's not perfect, because you think in the future it'll be better, but like other things won't be, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
It is hard. Well, and it's also like a hard concept too, because both things can exist at the same time, right? Like you can enjoy being in the present moment and find those times, but then you can also still want to just like be at the end as well. And I will say there's been times as I'm actively going through pregnancy where I'm like, okay, like remember these moments, like be in this moment, or, you know, like just do the thing or say the thing or ask the thing or make Devin come over here and feel the baby right now. And so those things have been like really special. But yeah, I think both things can exist where you can enjoy the journey and being present in it, but also still want the outcome because that's exciting. And yeah, there's always going to be challenges no matter what, but it's a hard mindset to be like, how do I have a both and mindset about it instead of just like an extremist mindset.
Which, are you laughing because of the human design thing?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we just to fill you in why she's giggling at my expense, thank you very much. It's because we did human design like right before this, and one of my things
and we'll drop the link if you want to take your test. We talked about it at the last tidbit of our last episode. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, and it was interesting because we got to see yours, which was what I had like thought, but then it goes into a manifesting generator is what that is, which basically means like we move quickly, we like want to like learn new things, try new things, and we're not always gonna like stick to one thing for our whole life. Like we're kind of like, let's go, and we're both like that. But the reason we were laughing is because it said something about me basically being an extremist. And I was like, I don't want to be an extremist, Jesus.
And here she goes, being an extremist. Man.
Can't have the and mindset.
Both
either or.
Either or. But I also think like the term extremist gets a bad rap because I think whenever we hear extremist, we think like, oh, you're meditating or like you're going skydiving.
That was such a nice thing because I was like, you're Hitler. You're literally,
you could be Buddha or you could be Hitler.
Yeah, I like how you said it. Anyways, continue.
So good. No, but it was so cool doing our human design. We did the exact same test, and it was cool seeing how we are both manifestor generators, but then there's just like different parts of this test that are very specific to you. I forget, like digestion. What was yours?
Peace and quiet?
Yeah, and mine was hot food.
I am so curious about that one.
Anybody out there that knows anything about human design, what the
How
fuck
can I
does that
digest
mean?
Peace and quiet, or with peace and quiet?
Yeah.
And you can digest it. Doesn't even like...
Well, and hot take, I'm not very good at digesting hot food. Acid reflux is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But maybe it means something else, like mental digestion.
Maybe.
But again, hot food, I don't get it.
Right, yes.
I'm curious what the athlete's human design is.
Oh, I'm looking it up. 100%.
Especially based on his TikTok algorithm.
Oh, yeah. This man sat here and he was like, whenever I was single, I had a TikTok for my business, right? He's a business owner. He owns like a food truck. And he was like, but I don't know, man. It was just like basically porn. And I was like, sweetheart, you just outed the fuck out of yourself, my guy. And I'm like, really? And I was like, you don't think that was from your decisions and your choices? And he thought about it for a minute. And he was like, you know what? Actually,
I do search porn on TikTok.
No, but he was like, you know what? Actually, this makes a lot of sense. This makes sense because he was like, you know that trend where like it would be like a video or something, and then like for a split second it would flash like a girl in her like bra and underwear, but the other picture is like normal, right? He's like, I thought it was a challenge, so I would sit there and be like, try to stop it, and then it would be like a nice little reward at the end, like a nice little treat. And I was literally like,
give me a break.
First off, I think I actually did say this to him. I was like, why are we talking about this? Like, excuse me, rude. And then I was like, you know what? You were single. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Of course you were doing stuff like that. What single man wouldn't, right?
Right.
Like, this girl is posting free nudes.
Yeah.
Heck, I'd probably try to post it, honestly. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I'll forgive you for this. But yeah, then I was kind of like, yeah, so that's exactly why. Because if you're trying to pause on these things, all of your feed, your TikTok algorithm is like, he really likes this shit. I looked at him and I was like, I'm so glad you don't have a TikTok right now. Like, I would be confiscating that shit, I think. I would be disliking everything.
Oh.
And thankfully,
sweet athlete.
I have seen his Instagram algorithm, you know. Oh, if any man tries to tell you that their like social media algorithm, they don't know how that gets there.
Oh.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. So I saw his Instagram algorithm, and it wasn't bad. This man is a nerd. He likes Pokemon. It was like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and like stupid guy videos.
I was about to say, also, like, for the record, Alexis, her boyfriend, the athlete, is like golden retriever, but not in like the simp kind of way.
No, yeah.
Like very, very alpha, very good morals, would not hurt a fly.
No. Well, he would
manages
he would
you
hunt.
very well.
Manages me, the extremist. Manages Hitler very well. Good job.
Hats off to you.
Yeah.
Athlete.
Yeah. And he's also like, I set boundaries around porn, which I know for some people, like that would be absolute blasphemy. I don't really
That's
love
a great idea
to set boundaries around porn. Probably is, but I feel like, and maybe this is my own like triggered sense talking. I do feel like porn can be something that if a woman is like, I don't want you to watch it, there can be pushback where it's like, it's not even like a big deal, right? Like, or like I have needs, like this kind of thing. And like he was immediately like, okay, that's your boundary. Like, that's fine. And I appreciate that because it didn't have to be a thing, you know? It's like, you are my person and you care about this and it doesn't have to be a thing. And for some people, like, every relationship is different. It could be like, I really don't care at all if you watch porn. Or it could be like, watch porn, but like, please only watch things that are like not harmful, you know, to other people or whatever. So like, choose
no bestiality, please.
Yeah, exactly. And if you are watching that, tell me so I can get the fuck out. Everybody's thing is their thing, but like, he was very respectful. But when he was telling me that, I was like, remember he's single. Remember he was single back then. I twitched.
That's like a hard thing. I had similar thoughts whenever me and my husband were first dating, and I'm sure other people connect with this too. I'm just like, I never went and searched for like the things that he liked or people he was messaging or texting. Like, I never searched for any of that stuff, but you know, like Snapchat memories are a thing, and like those pop up, or even just like on the iPhone that will pop up where it'll be memories and stuff. And so some things would pop up and I would just have to remind myself, like, we did not even know that each other existed at that time. And I think that's a great reframe to have.
He's allowed to have that life.
And here he is. Wow. So speaking of our amazing men who just really do it all, your golden retriever boyfriend. I would say I have a golden retriever husband as well. Also very similar. They're also both alphas, have great morals, treat us amazing and perfect.
They would
dare
be
I
friends.
say. Yeah.
We need to have like a little play date.
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you farted in front of your boyfriend? When was the first time and where were you?
I actually can't remember, but I do remember it was like a thing I was trying not to do. To this day, like, try to sneak it. I'll try not to do it to where it's loud or stinky. He definitely has heard them. He's definitely smelled them. I kind of do this thing. I think my little sister said this actually, and she was like, if you spread your butt cheeks, then like it'll be like quiet. Well, a lot of my farts are quiet, but like sometimes there's that one, or it'll just be like a little popping sound or something, you know? Yeah, like I'm trying to get away with it on the sneak. And so I'll just be like, gotta go walk into this room for no reason. Go in there, I'll be like, and then walk out, and like he's none the wiser. I'm also like not a super gassy person, but for some reason, since I've been with him, I kind of have been, and I think it's because like we've been eating a lot better. So maybe it's like just like more fiber and things. I don't know, but it actually hurt my stomach so bad at first because I was like dying. So I'm like, why am I so gassy? And I don't want to fart in front of him. He started doing this thing where he would like walk outside, but it was so loud I could hear it with the door closed and he's outside.
So then would he think he was being slick?
Yes.
Oh,
and then finally I was like, it's okay, just do it inside. Like I can hear you do it.
You can stay inside the house. You don't have to go outside to shit.
Yes, I'm really big into having people
shit outside of the home.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Watch that episode if you haven't. Now he'll be like, close your ears. And so we'll just make eye contact and I'm just like, and then he'll do it.
Do you actually close your ears?
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing is it is gross to me. It's not like I'm so disgusted and turned off, but I'm kind of like, when you do have like, you rip a fart, like, do I want to immediately go over there and like snuggle
kiss
with you?
you and snuggle up? Yeah.
I kind of am like, stay over there for a minute. So I'm like, you know what? I'll pretend like this isn't happening.
Yeah.
And I know it's happening, but like it
softens the blow, if you will.
Yeah.
Who was the first?
Probably him. I want to ask him now if he remembers. I do think he accidentally did it. Like, I don't think it was on purpose. I think he had been holding it for so long. It just like came out and he was
like shot out.
Yeah.
Just froze.
Yeah, I do. Like, I don't know if that was the first time, but I know that this has happened where he was kind of like, oh, didn't mean to do that. And I was like, oh, it's okay. Like, I'm not going to immediately disown you.
You are human.
Like, yes.
Yeah. Get out.
Yeah. Disgusting. I can never kiss you again.
Yeah.
But you actually have like a legit memory. You know the first time this happened.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So for me and my husband, he farted in front of me first. So I can't remember if the first time he did it consciously or not, because he farts in his sleep. And I love you so much. But it's so funny to me because it will be like, and he just stays sound asleep.
He doesn't know, and it's loud.
It'll be so loud, and I'm like, bro, you gotta feel that vibration in your cheeks.
Yeah,
like you gotta. And you know, whenever they're like,
did he not push that out? Like it just came out like that?
Just came out.
Wow.
He is an eighth wonder of the world. Very special man. But yeah, no, it won't wake him up. So he farts in his sleep, like on the reg. And especially right now, like I've been tossing and turning in bed. And so I've just noticed how much he farts in his sleep. I've also been woken up from the smell of his farts. This was before I was pregnant. And baby, again, I love you so, so much. But also, you know that you shouldn't be drinking a whole glass of milk before you go to bed.
What? That's a guy thing. I have never met a woman that chugs milk before bed. Men love milk before bed. What?
I don't know.
Is it?
Don't know.
You just got milk as a baby, and you were just like, I'm continuing this for the rest of my life. Actually,
I don't know. Okay. But for him, he just like doesn't do well with dairy in general. For example, last night the Cowboys played, so we watched. And typically we like to treat ourselves, and we'll get pizza. Well, that's crust that is made with eggs. That is a lot of cheese. And then, you know, we like to have a sweet treat. And so with his sweet treat, he has to have milk.
You had to just lock in for the night. You were like, I know what's coming.
Mm-hmm. So all that to say, I'm pretty sure he farted in front of me. I want to say like the first or second night that he stayed over. And I don't think he had like stayed, like we didn't stay at each other's houses until we were dating, like seeing each other for at least 2 weeks. So it was definitely one of those nights, like the first or second time that he stayed over, he farted in his sleep. Then I'm pretty sure the first time that he consciously farted in front of me, it was within like that same week. So, you know, we're only, I don't know, 3-4 weeks into dating. Me, on the other hand, I did not fart in front of him until a whole year into the relationship. And I remember exactly the moment. I had silently farted around him. Okay. But for some reason in adulthood, I have been blessed with silent, non-smelling farts.
Amazing.
Which whenever I was a child, ask my parents, oh my gosh, I cheered my whole life growing up. So I would be in cheer and I'd be fucking holding that shit in, and I was a flyer. So I'm like already squeezing my cheeks.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just, the whole entire practice, I swear this is why I was so good, because I'm just fucking squeezing everything that I got for the life of me. And then as soon as I'd get in the back seat of my dad's car,
rip it, yeah.
Rip it, and it smells so terrible. It sounds like I'm ripping the cushion in the back seat. And like, this was how my farts were for a lot of my life.
Did you have the same diet back then? Because you have like a specific diet now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely different, because I was eating meat back then, but I was still like a very, very picky eater. Okay. And I would say now, like, I'm not picky because I get to choose my food. But really, if I kind of like compare the two, I'm pretty much eating the same shit. Okay. Actually, probably just a little healthier, like more fibrous. Yeah. Which also doesn't track. But something that you mentioned, my butt has gotten smaller as I have aged. Huh. So I think with the silence, it's because I don't have anything beefy and cakey back there anymore to like sliver through something.
Cheeks aren't slapping around making all that noise.
Right. It's like if you were holding two leaves apart and blowing air through it, that's my butt. And that's the part. Might get a little whistle, a little here and there. But that's about it. So I was able to silent fart around him all the time.
He had no idea.
And it wouldn't smell, yeah. Well, then, because we're Taco Bell lovers, those nights, it was always a toss-up. It was always a gamble. And so we're about a year in, and I feel it bubbling in there. And we're in his bed, because we're at his place, and I have the comforter over me, and I'm squeezing everything that I got. And I tell him, I said, okay, I think tonight's the night. He said, oh my God, you're going to fart? I said, I think I'm going to fart. And so then I sat there and I breathed and and I said, okay, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, just relax. And so I fart and it goes, No noise. No noise whatsoever. But I was ready.
Yeah.
This was a monumental, pivotal step in our relationship. Yes. I was ready for this man to hear my cheeks scream, and they did not.
They didn't, but
silent battle cry.
You had a mental change up. That's how you knew. Yeah. Like, he's a real one.
Yeah.
Because you were like, I can fart in front of you comfortably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From that point, I maybe had like a fart or two. That was what I call verbal. And it wasn't actually until we moved into this house, which was, I don't know, like 7 months ago at this point, that because I'm comfortable, like I don't care if my farts are verbal around him, but where they're like pretty loud, I'm like, oh my gosh, wow. But ironically enough, now being pregnant, my farts are very verbal and very stinky. It was actually the night that we found out that I was pregnant. Of course, we celebrated because we've been trying for half a year. And then I had a minty bee, which is what the kids are calling a mental breakdown.
Yeah, glad you clarified that.
And was over there, was crying. And we were in his game room. And so I'm like sitting on the couch. He's in his game chair. I'm like, you know, regulating back down. And I'm sitting there and I feel a fart. But because of my nature, I'm like, oh, it's going to be silent, whatever. And we just had this like moment. And mind you, I'm sitting like this on the couch. And so I farted.
Not while you're having to like...
I was like getting back down. But it was just like the perfect, you know, like tension and release.
Oh my God, I bet.
Quite literally, physically and mentally. And it was stinky. Oh, it was so bad. And that's one of the smaller rooms.
Yeah.
It was just, so it was a good laugh. It was what the moment needed.
Yeah.
He's never been more surprised in our marriage than now with the way I have been spewing flatulence out of my ass.
Yeah.
Because they've been so aggressively verbal and aggressively stinky.
Like man farts.
Full on man farts. Speaking of like farts and stuff, my baby, he's now moving in my stomach vagina area because it's weird. It's everywhere. Like I swear he was stepping on my butthole last night because it just felt like that. But any time that he moves, it kind of just feels like whenever you have a fart like bubbling to the surface. So it's weird because my body is like preparing to fart, but nothing happens. And I think this is how people get hemorrhoids.
Oh.
Because I feel like my butthole just like preparing to push something out, and it's just him moving around. Oh yes, thank you.
Pregnancy is wild. I haven't experienced it, but it seems wild.
It is wild. If any of you out there have ever been pregnant before, tell us your pregnancy stories. Also, when was the first time that you farted around your significant other?
Do you poop? Do you pee in front of them? I'm kind of curious.
That's a good question.
Do you pee in front of your husband?
And I poop.
And you poop?
He does not. He does not prefer to poop in front of me. It's his man time, which I feel like is a thing for some men.
Yeah.
Not me. I want to be in there. I want to be talking to him, having a conversation.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that.
Have you ever seen him poop?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like a mystery.
No. I've definitely smelt it too. Ooh, and that'll take the romance off of it.
Maybe that's why. He's like, please want to have sex with me.
No, I think that's part of it as well. But yeah, let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll read some in the next episode. Thank you all for eavesdropping in, hanging out with us for a bit. If you liked this episode, feel free to give it a thumbs up if you are on YouTube. Again, if you're not listening on YouTube, go ahead and hop over there. That's the best way to support us, and that's also where you're going to find links to all of the things that we talked about as far as our episodes, the dog grooming situation, and everything else under the sun. I'm Madeline.
I'm Alexis.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.